Now, for me, I would really love to go to another world. I don't have to do homework anymore, and most of all, I don't have to wash the dishes. And that's why manhwas where the main character gets transported to another world are so much more interesting, because it's different and you have something to look forward to. So here's a list of my top picks of manhwas where the main character gets transported or reincarnated to another world. The Lazy Swordsman. In his past life, Riley Ifleta was a hero who defeated the Demon Lord. Though he emerged victorious from his battles, the emotional strains from fighting all the time got the best of him. After experiencing a rebirth in a powerful family who upheld their reputation through swordsmanship and didn't lack the power to support his leisurely life, Riley decided to become House of Ifileta's Lazy Swordsman. So our main character has vowed not to use a sword again because of what happened in his past life, but he ends up doing quite the opposite. He's what you'd expect from a main character: smart, cool, overpowered. The art is average, although I can't really say the same about the storyline, as it is very interesting. It can feel a bit slow at times, but the action is there. Damn Reincarnation. Hamel, a warrior who traveled with his colleagues to exterminate the devil. Yet he died just before the battle with the devil started. He was reborn as the descendant of his fellow warrior, Vermouth, the descendant from the bloodline of the Great Vermouth. Now he is Eugene Lionheart. Well, this is your typical reincarnation manhwa where the MC gets insanely strong quickly. But nonetheless, it was very entertaining and the main character makes the story more fun to read. At least until the real fight starts. The translation on this one is actually really good, so you guys can check it out. Magical Shooting. So our main character was being chased and ended up in a cave where he got knocked out by a blast. He then wakes up in a fantasy world and tries to survive and find a way back. Now, I've read a lot of fantasy manhwas, but this one was a little different. At first I thought it was going to be similar to God of Blackfield, but then it turned into something totally different. It's not every day you read a manhwa where a soldier gets transported into a fantasy world, and it's very interesting to see how the story will progress, and the changes that the main character will go through. The Heavenly Demon destroys the Lich King's murim. An unknown voice disturbed him while he was levitating during his cultivation to reach the transcendent demonic state. His concentration had been broken and he fell into an unconscious, overloaded state. When he awoke a month later, the Lich King had already taken control of the murim. After the battle that ended with the destruction of the heavenly demonic cult, he awoke 140 years later in a murim where magic and martial arts coexisted. Now, if you're looking for something similar to the Chronicles of the Heavenly Demon, then this is it. It's got the action and of course cultivation as well. So basically, the main character was a sect leader but didn't care about his sect at all. And so it got destroyed by a skeleton or something like that, and he also died and got reincarnated. I'd say it was a fun read and it definitely matched my expectations, so you guys should like it as well. To hell with being a saint, I'm a doctor. Yusung is a genius doctor famous in the medical world. He who spent his whole life in an operation room died in a traffic accident, and when he awoke, he was in another world. Now, personally, I don't really like reading medical manhwas. I do watch medical dramas, but that's about it. But this manhwa is a bit different than usual, and there are some entertaining fight scenes, so it's not that bad. I wouldn't say the art is the best thing about this manhwa, but if you're just looking for something fun to read, then that's not a problem either. And the pacing of the story is on point as well. The novel's extra. Waking up, Kim Ha-jin finds himself in a familiar world but in an unfamiliar body. A world he created himself and a story he wrote, yet never finished. He had become his novel's extra, a filler character with no importance to the story. Now, I don't know why, but the main character was giving me a Sword Art Online kind of vibe. But anyways, our main character quickly adapts to the situation he's put in, although that's not unexpected since he's in a story he wrote. But his main goal so far is to interfere with the main plot of the story and become someone significant. And so far, he's been pretty successful. And for all of you guys that love system manhwas, this one has that and more as well. So I can say it'll be a rather fun read for you guys. Player. Through posting a best comment, he somehow became the main character for Webtoon. This manhwa is a lot more on the action side, but for me that's a good thing, since it's better than being bored reading a manhwa where all they do is talk and explain stuff. The art is a bit low in quality, but the plot and character development makes up for it. So I can say for the most part that it will keep you entertained. And if you don't have anything else to read, then this is a good pick as well. Surviving in an action manhwa. After disagreement with the author, Lee Hero transmigrated to the world of his favorite shonen manga, Adventure King. Now, personally, I like isekai manhwas a lot, but this manhwa just wasn't on the level of all the other isekai manhwas I've read in terms of the story. It was just really boring. I don't know if I'm exaggerating too much, but let me know in the comment section. I read the first few chapters to see if it would get better, but that was just a waste. If you guys want to check it out, you can go ahead. Who knows, maybe you'll like it. Pathfinder. Garam steps through a mysterious window that opened before her and discovers that she's a Pathfinder, or a traveler of worlds. But somehow stepping into this other world has caused her family and everything she knew back on Earth to disappear. To rejoin her family and set things back to normal, Garam will have to learn all that she can about being a Pathfinder. It was great to actually find a manhwa with a female lead that isn't romance, but honestly for me, if the story and art of this manhwa are a 10 out of 10 rating, then I'd give this manhwa as a whole a 4 out of 10 rating, just because of how stupid the main character is. She's the definition of a pacifist. I was actually surprised by how good this manhwa was rated, but like I said, the story and art is great, and if you don't mind a really stupid main character, then you can read it. But if you're looking for a good female lead manhwa, then you can go read Hero Killer. Possessing Nothing. An ordinary middle schooler, Lee Sungmin, is summoned to this world called Area. He endures for dozens of years with no talent or powers, and makes it through all kinds of hardships to survive, but dies miserable in the end. So if you're really into manhwas where the main character starts off weak and slowly gets stronger, then this manhwa fully satisfies that criteria. The main character is a talentless nobody, and he knows, but he's not proud of it though. And he struggles with everything he has to become stronger, and it's exciting to see how he gradually grows and accomplishes his goals. The pacing of the story is on point as well, so nothing feels rushed and you can enjoy the manhwa to the fullest. Now that's the end of the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.